Hey, it's Byron. I'm here in Monterey Bay, California, meeting up with John Cox, head chef of the critically acclaimed restaurant Sierra Mar at the Post Ranch Inn. We're gonna head off to the docks to be inspired to make our own seafood dish. John?
Byron, pleasure to meet you.
So what's going on here today?
Oh, we got a ton going on. We got commercial squid boats coming in. We got a lot of products at Monterrey abalone, so we have a full day.
Awesome, I'm looking forward to it.
How's it going? Good to see you guys.
This is Byron.
Byron, how are you?
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Rob.
to meet you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Coming down to look for some fresh seafood.
It's here. You got
You
it.
got some stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot of local squid. Been unloading for almost about the last month now.
Think they'll let us take some squid right off the
Yeah.
conveyor belt?
You take a walk over?
Yeah, let's do it.
go. From the ocean to the boat to the dock to the tank. This is the calamari squid of Monterey Bay.
This is like a ton of squid, literally.
Right about a ton of squid, yes. Go ahead, John. Dig in. Help yourself.
All right.
That's a nice squid. Yeah, see? These ones are awesome.
I think that'll be enough for what we're doing today.
Before it used to be bait, now it's a delicacy on our menu.
Monterey abalone is literally underneath the commercial wharf on Monterey Bay. They grow abalone, dive for seaweed, and the tons of squid you just saw, they're right above my head.
All right, Byron, what do you think?
Oh my goodness, this is insane.
I want to introduce you to Trevor. He and Art are the co-owners. of
Byron,
Monterey
it's a pleasure to
Abalone.
meet you. We're like right under the dock, and I just want to know what goes on here.
We have a small-scale algae farm out here. We actually have to go scuba diving for them. It's about as local Monterey as you can get.
What do you have here?
These guys have collected some pretty incredible ingredients. Sea lettuce, sea grapes, grassolaria, dulse. We have spot prawns. And this abalone is actually so fresh it's sticking to the cutting board.
That's insane. Wow, 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 wow.
And then my new
it
favorite
back.
ingredient.
No way. A jellyfish?
Yeah, moon jellyfish.
I've never heard anybody using a jellyfish on their menu, ever.
The chefs just love to get their hands on these fresh ingredients.
I mean, I would love to use some of this stuff.
If it's okay with Trevor, what do you think about us staying around for a few minutes and maybe trying to taste some of these items?
Oh, that's a great idea.
What is that?
This is actually
know.
it's a coffee siphon. Obviously, we're not making coffee down here. I'm going to put all these different raw seaweeds in a bowl, and we're going to make an aromatic broth and then pour it over the ingredients and just lightly cook them. Let's start with the squid. Yeah, these were probably caught early this morning or late last night and brought right in. We'll do the spot prawns.
Okay.
So the spot prawns get the name because of those two distinct white spots on the side, and that's how you can tell if it's a true spot prawn or an imposter. And we're going to put it into our siphon. All right, now we got one more. And I know that jellyfish have been eaten around the world, but mostly you only see it dried. So there was really no reference material for us to go from.
So you were just, it was like totally testing.
Yeah, we were just going for it. These are the tentacles. So in a normal jellyfish, that would really be hurting. But
Yes.
these moon jellyfish don't really have the same toxins, so we're okay.
It just feels like super set Jello.
It looks like ice. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
like it would just be melting on the table.
Chefs would die for this texture.
And so I'm just gonna add a little bit of lime juice to it.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll do a little bit of ginger just for
Alright.
good measure.
I'm like dying to eat this. When you bite into it, it's almost, it does have that saltiness to it. Really, really good.
All right, Byron, we've tried everything raw. Let's put together this little broth.
Let's do it.
I have a few aromatics, kaffir lime, ginger,
Okay.
different herbs. If you just want to put them in top of the siphon. So for each of these different seafood, I'm just going to cut them into bite-sized pieces. The pressure is going to build up in this lower chamber.
Yeah, you can see it rising. It's like infusing all those beautiful herbs and flavors.
So you can see some of the
Whoa.
proteins coagulating down here.
Yeah.
And the pressure will equalize now that it got to the top.
Okay.
And it'll drop that broth right back down. Get a little bit of that steam.
Oh yeah, you can smell, I mean, I can really smell the lime leaf.
Yeah.
The ginger, all the herbs.
So it's not going to stay hot too long since all that was cold, so go ahead and give it a try.
Super fresh, really clean flavor.
These ingredients surround us every day. There's so much biodiversity, and that's really, for me, that's what makes working with all this seafood so fun. Is,
Absolutely.
There's an infinite number of combinations and flavors and textures.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure showing you one of my passions.
So along this beautiful section of Pacific coastline, the spot prawn is king. Now, John's preparation was really cool, but today I'm gonna do my own take on these prawns. I sourced some local pine needles here, just right around Santa Cruz. So I'm gonna grill my spot prawns on a bed of these pine needles, but the first thing I need to do is a tomato salad. So the first thing I'm gonna start with is chiffonading my herbs, which is basically just stacking the herbs, rolling them, and just giving a good slice on them. I have basil and parsley, 2 different sizes of herbs. I'm gonna put my smaller herb, which will be the parsley, right inside of this basil and roll it all up. I'm just gonna give this a really thin, nice slice. And now I'm gonna start chopping up my olives. These are just some Kalamata olives. It's gonna give it a nice little Mediterranean feel. Just giving it a nice mince. I'm gonna be using sherry vinegar, which has sort of a malty taste to it. Really acidic, just 2 teaspoons would be good. Gonna add my olive oil. And then I'm gonna add just a few pine nuts. So now that's all finished, I'm actually gonna zest the lemon in here, and I'm gonna use my microplane. Just get that very outer edge. A little bit of cracked black pepper, and then a little bit of salt. Give it a good mix, and I think my pan is ready to go. So I'm gonna throw my tomatoes in there. I'm going with dry heat, no oil, you know, just some salt and pepper, and that's it. So my tomatoes are charring beautifully in this pan, but now I'm gonna start working on the prep for my spot prawns and saturate the pine needles with water and prevent them from catching fire on the grill, which obviously you don't want happening. So I'm just gonna lay these out, give me a nice bed for the prawns to rest on. So these prawns are gonna cook for probably 10 minutes on each side. As you can see, the pine needles are just starting to get a little bit dark around the edges. The tomatoes get really charred right now. You can see they're sort of just bursting at the seams. Just gonna cool them down in this bowl. The spot prawns are cooking away. So I'm gonna give these guys a flip. They've been cooking for a little bit. These prawns look absolutely beautiful. They're ready to be plated. I'm just gonna get my plate out. And these guys are pretty big, so 3 is a good serving portion. Wonderful colors. Now we're just gonna finish off this plate with the vinaigrette. The smoky pine flavor is really gonna bring out the nice woodiness in the cedra. And though the prawns are pretty sweet on their own, the cedra's dry notes are gonna balance that all together. Oh, beautiful. That is a wonderful looking plate. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Join me next week as I head down the coastline to Big Sur, California.